Hey everybody. I don't know if you can hear us or not. Chris is running into a little bit of problem. I sprayed hairspray on him, and it's affecting his voice, so he's trying to get straight. I was in a hurry and didn't realize he was spraying his correction. Can you guys hear us? Hear me? Hopefully he'll be able to get feeling a little bit better and come up. Hey, we got chat this week. Of course we have chat this week. Chris can't talk. Loud and clear. Okay, we've got, let's see, who do we have this week? We got Thrifty, VG, Happy Quack, Josh Real, Deb's Way, Geeky Gardens, Babbitt's Farm. How's everybody doing? Not feeling any better yet. Hey, Country Homestead Preacher, how you doing? You didn't get notified? Well, there's Beaver Creek. How you doing, Beaver Creek? Well, so what's everybody up to this week? Hey, B-Bird. Got a new video coming out, Babbitt's Farm. There's Professor Carlton. How you doing? Aw. Sorry about that. Sorry about your little piglet. Your notice just showed up. Well, better than late than never, I guess. 127 in the shade. Oh my God. It's supposed to be 37 degrees tonight. It's going to be cold here. Yeah, we are going back in the building some to get ready for end of the year. We have to wear a mask when we're in the building, so we understand that. How many baby rabbits do you have, Preacher? Hey, Jesse, how you doing? If I missed anybody, let me know. Oh man, sorry about that. I imagine those poor rabbits are having some time in that heat. That is just unreal. 127 degrees. I couldn't imagine. There's no way. That would kill me too. Good. I'm glad that her leg's doing better. What's your good news? 120. Yeah, that Preacher, that is hot. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that kind of geese, but I've been wanting peacocks forever, and Chris won't do it because they're too loud. They make too much noise. Yeah, we like being the Friday night hangout. Well, we were good until I sprayed Chris with hairspray, and now he can't talk and he's coughing and hacking. He can't handle it. Didn't mean to, but he was in a hurry, and we were both in the bathroom at the same time. So he's trying to get straight from hairspray. Not good, but The long curly white feathers. Oh man, you have to send me some pictures. Oh, it's always hard to keep up with the videos. Hey, baddest bees. We've got 60-degree temps and it's going to be 37 tonight, so it's going to be kind of cold. Stephanie Raphael, 33 tomorrow morning, and the next in Virginia. Had to run around before and after dinner covering things with frost cloth, old buckets, and the like. We debated on whether or not to cover some of our plants with buckets, but I think we're going to avoid the frost. And we just have too much to cover up. Jimmy's doing water runs. He'll be there shortly. I am AMC under frost warning in eastern Tennessee. Yeah, we brought some stuff in before. We didn't have to this time. 25. It's supposed to be warm. It's middle of May. It's the 8th of May. It's not supposed to be 25 degrees. An unusual cold night once in a while, but this is not. This is just, there's too much hot, and cold, and no in between. Quit jumping up on me. It was in the low 40s in Georgia. Beautiful morning this morning as usual. It's a beautiful day. Preachers can go look at land tomorrow. Yeah, I bet you would, Happy Quack. I don't blame you, Carlton. They were afraid it was going to frost here and have to replant everything, and there's just too much to replant. There's so much stuff already. Calling for snow, the Smokies. Oh no, I'm not big on snow. It's pretty, but I don't like it. Been snowing most of the day. Oh my God, that is swallowing my feel for you. Happy Quack, you're not ever going to see snow again. How can you tell when your queen bees are doing their thing? I don't know much about bees. Yeah, we start our opening up. Well, actually, tomorrow a lot of places are opening up their first day back, and today was our last day on full quarantine, and we've got a 3-stage process, so we'll see how that goes. Not real sure about how places are going to do. Pharmacy thieves just caught a swarm yesterday. Well, we have that 3-stage thing, so it's going to be stretched out for a while. Having lots of thunderstorms in northeast Texas. I don't know. I don't know. He can't talk. Question for a tractor. What's the question about the tractor? No, I was spraying my hair, and we were both in the bathroom, and I sprayed him, and now he can't talk. He's got him all clogged up. So he's listening. Not me.
I can talk a little bit now. I'm gonna try to be too loud. Loud goes away. Yes, I had to go out there trying to kill him. Man, a shadow of doubt in my mind. I did. The other day, just the last video we put up. It's the last video we put up. Hey, preacher, I've been standing here the whole time. We did that video, I believe, just for you. We had some people ask us about servicing it. Hey, Mama, try. They didn't have, but I can find but one of them, dude. I didn't know nothing about them until today. Travis, I've always had a problem with hairspray. I've got some breathing problems from years of clutch dust and working at a feed mill. And hairspray is like kryptonite to me. If I get one good inhale of it, I'm done. I can't breathe. It's like I'm having an asthma attack. It's bad news. It shouldn't do that. It's like being around Three Stooges around here sometimes. And, just like having an asthma attack, pure suffering. Well, I don't have asthma, but I've had people describe it to me, and that's what happens to me if I get around hairspray. She didn't mean to spray me, but she knew better than do it while I was in the bathroom with her. We've had that talk many times. That's right, feed does, Travis. I can go make feed if I don't have a fan blowing away from me. I lose my voice and everything else. I probably got a touch of something black lung or emphysema or something anyway. Okay, Bass Bees, I misread that comment. I didn't hear anybody. All I heard, I saw one news article on the day. They found one dead one, and Guy said I'm stinging, felt like not the worst thing ever. Dead, they're on the way to pick her up in the morning. We had a guy get her that said he was gonna make a pet pig out of it. They were gonna use it for a salve and they were gonna keep her. And so we're going in and get her. Thought she might do better there. I wondered about that myself, Carlton. Could you just make the hole? Because that thing looked big. Could you make the hole? That's what they were saying. They were deviled honeybees. But it looked big enough, like you can make the. See, I don't know nothing about bees, but I don't know if you can make the hole in the hive small enough they couldn't get in. Well, we were gonna keep her happy quiet, but if they're gonna keep her forever and make a pet pig out of her, that's pretty appealing to let him do that. And I believe that's what they're gonna do. Yeah. This guy's a pretty good customer. Bought several pigs from us. No, Jesse, I don't want. The only time I have any trouble like that is hairspray. Don't ask me to explain it to you. The hairspray is just. I'd rather deal with mace. I hate to hear that happen, boy. It's been like a quick darling. I could walk through.
The heat's been killing me, hasn't it, Happy Quiet? I don't think the hornets have been here before. Not these, the ones that everybody's scared of.
Oh, they're here now.
It's 1 cow per acre.
Yeah, on good pasture.
On good pasture.
You know where you at? Most places not that high.
If you don't have good pastures, how much?
Might be 1 to 2.5, 1 to 10. I think some places in Texas and Nevada and Arizona is 1 cow to 50.
Beaver Creek wants to know if anybody sells through CSA. CSA? I am AMC, or I'm AMC. Inhaling eucalyptus essential oil helps also.
Always your asthma. Well, like I said, it's just hairspray. It's really, it's always good. It's always making have some kind of asthma attack. Even when I was younger.
Oh, the murder hornets have been around for years. You've had personal experience with them. Did they attack you or on your property?
Well, I didn't know everybody been talking about it. I hadn't heard anything about so CSA, Travis. I get the feeling I'm supposed to know. That's what that man on TV said today. They hurt bad, bad, like it was the second worst thing in the world.
Well, why do they call them murder hornets?
I think that's because of community supported agriculture. No, we don't really have anything like that here. It's hey, the same thing before cutting. Light fresh doesn't have to be cooked. 6 cans of hornet clean. Wow. Well, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Did somebody say turn loose some pictures of UFOs? Is that a real thing? Or is it just something somebody made up? The Pentagon released pictures of UFOs. Tall, I don't know how to explain that, preacher. Stuff don't like tall grass. So, like, if they call that stockpiling sometimes when, yeah, hairspray might make it work. That's, yeah. It'll take me out anyway. They call that stockpiling when they do that, preacher, but they don't like it. They don't like these tall grass. If you ever go to a cow pasture and notice they always eat where the grass is short, that's why you bush on the cow pasture. Yeah, we do have that. We don't call it that though. That ain't what we call it. We have everybody share the phone. But if you cut that same grass they won't eat when it's tall as hay, they'll eat it. But, you know, hay's complicated. You got to cut it while it's still got the nutritional value. If you let it get too mature, it well, it ain't as good.
Gotcha.
Hey, Fat Heaven. Well, did they really do that happy quiet? Or is that just something, you know? Yeah, we've got one or two of those around here, Carl, but they don't do that good. They we got one guy that does pretty good with it, or claims to. But he's a good salesman too. Well, I'll tell you what, doggone this year ain't just it's frosting in May. We got killer hornets, UFOs, plague. I just don't know how to get any better. Aliens invading would be about the only way, I guess. Well, I talked to some old people today. The possibility of frosting here has been the only topic of conversation for 2 days. And we talked to some of the old people today that don't ever remember frosting in May. They remember every other strange weather phenomenon possible, but they don't remember frosting in May. It snowed in April one time. Never frosting in May. That's what they're saying, Jeremy, is a good possibility of it. Everybody's been on the yeah, global warming, that's right. Everybody's been talking about global warming. And it's frosted every 2 weeks all spring. Well, you know, geeky, what will get you in trouble is you get in the head that some things ain't possible. Because if anybody up here had asked me, could it possibly frost in May or do they need to be worried about it frosting in May, I told them, no way possible. Well, lemonade, 33 is a frost. You know, you think it had to be 32 degrees to frost, but apparently, you know, anything under 33 or 34 can be a killing frost. You know, it's killing the motor plant. Carlton, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's in my backyard really, much less what's in outer space. Yeah, that's what we're worried about. It's supposed to be 37 here. Patchy Evans got a freeze on. Huh. How do we get on fast? What did I miss? We were talking about fast.
I think what Happy Quack said that if all these strange events might happen, that maybe she'll lose her contagion or something like that. The A2 gene really worth the money? Is the A2 gene really worth the money? Bieber, what is the A2 gene? Well, I agree, AMC. I'm sure he's not very pleased at all.
What?
Said it would be very arrogant to think that God would be so pleased with us if we stopped there.
Well, I've had somebody quote the Bible to me, and Jesus said he had to go because he had other sheep and leaves that could be taken in different ways. But like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, that's Carlton said. You think this is his only project?
Well, personally, I don't
Happy
see.
Quack says she don't eat carbs and she already takes magnesium.
Well, I don't have time to make nobody else sometimes get on with.
Mid 40s. How would that affect tomatoes and peppers?
Shouldn't affect them at all.
Josh has said that he didn't think it would affect them at all.
Like I 37 might take the wind ain't blowing. The wind's blowing, that'd be mine. Be sure to tell them that. If they ain't got nothing but a few plants, they put a fan on it.
Keep them dry. Put a fan on and keep them dry. I've heard lactose intolerant can drink A2 milk, but it's no direct experience. She said that.
That man's never trying to say where some Jersey milk cows gave milk you to drink if you're lactose intolerant. Is that what that is?
We've got a dairy here that says they have some Jersey cows that are lactose free. Is that what it basically what the A2 is?
We did a little experiment on that, found out that wasn't true.
Well,
I got a friend that's lactose intolerant. We're there to get the ice cream because it was supposed to be something special. It didn't work.
some cows carry the gene, and some say that it's good for people with intolerance to lactose.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I didn't know it was called A2 gene. I just looked at the gene. The best retail ain't nothing to it. What do you think when they were lactose intolerant?
Hey Gordon, how you doing?
And got hold of it, didn't work.
Yep, we're staying safe and well. AMC, have a good night. I hope you get your internet straightened out. Coffee said there's a big difference between grass-fed and grain-fed milk. Grass-fed has to be good pasture.
Usually don't really eat wild garlic.
No wild garlic.
You better eat wild garlic, you got to pull the whole van out. You get 2 cows, make wild garlic, you have to pull the whole 1,000-gallon drum out. Then clean it up, hit it, cover it up. The people who you want commercial dairies fed off cows will never drink milk, you know what?
Well, making lemonade said that she's so sensitive that even lactose free upsets her stomach.
Well, believe it or not, around here you got to look long and hard to find anybody that's lactose intolerant.
Gordon said that Ireland's taking a hard hit from COVID-19. He said that he hopes that we stay safe from it.
Tell them around here we're at, we ain't had many problems. You know, we all some elderly people early on, but
yeah.
For the general population. We ain't lost anybody who was elderly or already in bad shape.
Jeremy said that his local meat processor is backlogged until next year. Might be processing hogs himself. Have you ever processed your own?
Oh yeah. That's the only way we used to do it, Jeremy. You give me a call when you get ready to do it.
Carlton's got to go.
Good night, Carl. And I'll try to tell you how.
Good night, Carlton. Have a good weekend.
Depending on how big it gets, going to depend on how hard it is to do. You don't process them yourself and you don't have plenty of help. You need to feel no more than about 200 pounds, probably.
Did they ask you that tractor question already?
I don't know if they did or not. You asked about tried goat milk.
Oh, you were asking Lemonade if she's ever tried goat milk that they might help with the lactose intolerant. Which I've heard that too before. That people who couldn't have like cow's milk could have goat's milk. Yeah, she says she can drink goat milk.
That's the same way it is here, but we're not. Whole state of North Carolina, I don't think we've lost. Not only we've lost 35 people yet. I don't really know the numbers.
I had the numbers earlier.
But you know, we're still being careful. Because you don't never know when you might get it and give it to okay, Geeky. I kinda out of it there for a few minutes, struggling to breathe, you know. I couldn't follow what was going on. Produce grower, maybe. That's what you do for a living, Stephanie. I used to grow produce for a living. Thank you for pointing that out, Geeky, because my memory ain't good enough to remember something we talked about 10 minutes ago. We got something kind of funny. I won't want to tell nobody, but I'll be honest with you about something. We bought our collard and cabbage plants this year, and they were available on. And they're almost impossible to tell apart when they're little. I don't know if you can tell them apart when they're little. So we've got twice as many cabbages as you're supposed to have, half as many collards.
And we're still not sure if the
And I don't know, we never
the
planted
Brussels sprouts are actually Brussels sprouts or not, because the pictures and stuff I looked up said they're supposed to be growing up. These are growing out.
Traditionally in Eastern North Carolina, we're broccoli, cauliflower, I guess Brussels sprouts don't do too good. So they're not normally grown. We've always started trying to grow them the last few years. Hey, DJ. Well, you go to bed and get you some sleep now. Oh yeah, B-Bird. We used to be in the goat business too. I know all about the escape artist goats. I've seen them pull stuff to make Houdini proud. Like run down 2x6s.
Have a good weekend, DTP.
Them little goats, Trevor stayed in that pen we built now. We built down there pretty good, but they're so small they can't jump out. Them old big goats I used to have to jump that thing flat footed, really. Unless that hot wire just kept them where their front stayed enough off of it, it didn't. But I don't know if that changed or not. Well, that probably ain't so bad anyway.
Do you have them in separate pens to keep them from mating, or just you have them in separate pens because you want them separate pens? Beaver Creek asked Jeremy if he was killing hogs for personal use or resale.
First, use some show. Why was that puppy chewing up the food, though?
Let's tell you. Stop. Jordan said, no offense to you folks, but that Trump man doesn't seem to grasp what's staring him in the face.
Well, I don't know about that. That's one of the subjects we try to stay off of. I think the biggest thing is affecting different parts of the country so differently that nobody knows the big picture. The urban areas might be getting hit real hard. We're not getting hit at all.
I was asking if you're having them in different pens so that they wouldn't breed, or if you just wanted them in different pens. Jeremy said it was for personal use. And Happy Quiet said that they had learned to butcher theirs and saved them a whole lot of money. He said we like sausage and bacon and ham almost as much as little Debbie's cakes.
Well, we eat more sausage than we do little Debbie cakes. Man, I think that's one of the prerequisites on the hogs being tired of eating sausage.
How soon do you rebreed your sow back? There's Brett and Cindy. Hey, how you doing?
But we usually breed ours back in about a month. Normally. We give them a few weeks to get over weaning the pigs, but we wean our pigs late. That's important to know.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to worry about the boys being over there. Oh, this is getting me.
Oh, I don't know what I was saying here, to be honest with you. Yeah, Jordan, our economy is taking the biggest hit out of, I think. I think that's part of it. That we're going to be in a depression if we don't open things back up and it's a trade off. Whether you're worried about people getting sick or worried about everybody starving to death. Well, I was talking about why I go to Jeremy. If you're going to do it by yourself, well, you just call me. I know you got my number. You just call me and I'll talk. There's some things you want to have if you do. But you want to have a meat grinder. You're going to have something to scald them in.
Beaver Creek, they're really strict on doing wild hogs here and tame hogs. So it's a big
you can't do them in the same facility here. But now Jeremy's in.
No, he's just saying that in his, they're taking regular pigs to the wild game processors, claiming that they're wild animals. So they
well, see, here you can't do them in the same place, no way. In Oklahoma, that's right. That's what I was trying to think about Jeremy in Oklahoma. Don't get mad about it. For some reason, I kept thinking Arkansas. I don't know why. I live here in Oklahoma.
Have a good weekend, Babbitt's Farms. Good night.
Good night, Babbitt. Our wild pigs, Beaver Creek ain't fit to eat. You can't eat a wild hog you kill around here. Maybe it's because I'm used to domestic pork, but I've tried to eat some wild pigs and they stunk cooking. Smell like old river bottom mud when they were cooking. Cooking what they do with them. Well, ain't nobody got enough, Jeremy. We ain't got enough here. We've only got one that we'll use. There's probably three within driving distance, but we only like one of them at all. I mean, we're ticking to death with one and would hate to know how to carry something with the other two. Well, I ain't gonna say Oklahoma here. Well, let's just hope for the best, Gordon.
Is Anthony new?
I'm not sure. Anthony, I think I've seen you before. You new to live. We asked everybody that's new to just kind of get to know everybody, introduce yourself. No, we don't want your mama's maiden name or the name of your first dog, but just a little bit about you. And we'll try to stay clear of politics as much as humanly possible.
Brett, we were talking about that earlier. We had a frost warning here, but I think it's evened out to be about 37. But
well, that still might be a frost, but it's been a frost down here in May. Never in May. A late frost here is the middle of April. It'll be a really late frost. Unusually late frost. We got corn this high. They've already set out the back of the pent and everything else. We have a killing frost. Everybody around here's moved back up. Well, Stephanie, that's right. We've had a run on people trying to start trying to grow their own food. And there's some things you can't keep. You can't keep chicks. You can't keep plants. You can't keep pigs.
happy, but we're waiting to see if they were new first.
Oh yeah, Anthony, I know who you are now. I'm sorry about that. It, I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes it kind of runs together. I'm sorry. Oh, I understand what you're saying, Travis. Well, Gordon, all we do is hope for the best. I don't think there's much we can do about any of it except, what precautions you can take. Well, I'm sure that's true, too, Gordon. Well, B Bird, that's where I'm scared of. We're gonna have some. Uh, I'm scared we're gonna have some bankrupt farms, myself included. I mean, it could be terrible. Yes, preacher, they do taste different. They taste horrible, horrible. The ones here do. Now I've been told, like in Oklahoma or Texas, where they're on high ground, where there's no mud, that they're good. It tastes like a tame hog. So down here, probably where you're at too, in this old black mud, Well, you're probably right, Gordon. I don't think nobody ever tells us. I don't believe nothing I see or hear. I don't think nobody tells me the whole story. And I agree with that too, Stephanie. Just do what you do. You grow some more your own food, do that. Whatever precautions you can take, do that. Learn to rely on yourself. You know, that's the way we try to do everything.
Happy Quiet, whenever you tell us a little bit about yourself, I was saying we were waiting to see if Anthony was new.
I've talked to Anthony, emailed him. I know who Anthony is. I've talked to Anthony.
I guess they want to know who Anthony is too.
Well, that's right. Well, that's kind of the point that everybody can know everybody. We like to do a homestead fellowship. Because when you get, 14, 15, 20 people together, all of us doing the same thing, there's a lot of knowledge there. There's a lot of people can help people back and forth. Well, I'm partial to pigs, preacher. I figured it was, Travis. I figured it was muddy. I mean, Louisiana's got a reputation of being a mud hole. I'm partial to pigs. But I think rabbits and ducks are, rabbits and ducks are too fast for the things to use. I don't care nothing about eating a duck. Well, that's about true too, Lord. That's right.
He likes quail. We had quail. We didn't eat them.
Yeah,
got too attached to them.
She got too attached. Well, I got attached to it. I always turn some eyes loose, but quail are good. But quail are kind of a delicacy. There's something you raise because they're delicious, not because they produce a lot of food. But
mice breeding, maybe we won't get down to that.
Who said mice breeding?
Happy Quiet. So we got goats, rabbits, ducks, geese, chickens, pigs. Damn, I'll kick up my mice breeding too if it comes down to it.
Our mice are self-populating.
Yeah.
They don't require any breeding. There's Mimsy's yard. It says catfish. We had a catfish farm one time. I-12.
Hyperallergenic is supposed to be mini Rexes. They're supposed to be.
We had some of them once.
Yeah. It didn't make Trevor sneeze.
But he's deathly allergic to cats. But you know something, we're in East North Carolina, we don't even think to eat. So times get really tough.
Look at him.
He's big as a rabbit, eat a rabbit, don't you?
He wouldn't make him that either. Hey Mimsy, how you doing?
Y'all know Darlene had the audacity to tell me that my beard was too long.
He used to keep it. It was still a good beard, but he used to keep it cut much shorter against his face.
Preacher, the rabbits we had for me were a mini Rex California cross. Something that's regarded as a commercial rabbit here because they're triple purpose. They're meat, hide, or can be pet rabbits. Chinese putting catfish. I don't know if you noticed, not Travis, but I say we make money raising catfish. I said we had catfish once. Bears long as hair. Well, Happy Quiet, we used to eat rabbit, wild rabbit. We used to eat rabbit as often as we eat chicken. When my grandma was alive, if I brought it home, she'd cook it. All that's fine memes that we're glad to have you in any way, form, or fashion.
Happy Mother's Day, just in case tell your mom Happy Mother's Day too.
I believe that bad as bees bit that kills everybody here. Lord said the weather's good up in our ancestral home, but he had a 30 temperature Celsius. Preacher, I'll be honest with you. Get on Facebook and they're free here. If we get in, if you want to ride up and get them, we'll round them up for you. There's always free rabbits.
We don't have many wild rabbits. Every once in a while we'll see one, but I think the foxes take care of them.
Well, I prefer wild rabbits, Stephanie.
Good play.
I think, Jeremy, it must depend on what you get used to. Because that's true for a lot of things. I don't like store-bought eggs or chicken. Can't stand it. I don't like bought canned food because it tastes different than home canned food. I think a lot of it is just how you or what you got used to when you were young. Adequacy is pretty feeder minds.
Mm-hmm.
B-Bird,
I never heard of anybody breeding mice to feed their ducks and chickens, but I have seen chickens catch wild mice out in the yard, and you can tell that they are related to dinosaurs when they do, because they tear them all to pieces. They fight over them, and then they'll like tear them up. It's horrible. They're vicious.
Yeah, I don't like store-bought eggs, but and B-Bird, if you can dig us up, see, we can't dig cells here because the water table's too high. You'd hit water. That wasn't that bad, B. But B-Bird, if you can dig a cellar, what I've seen and heard talking to people that have cellars, it's a wonderful thing. Yeah, Jeremy, they'll eat snakes, small ones, lizards, mice. If you ever want to feel sorry for a mouse, that chicken get hold of you, you feel sorry for them.
Well, we have lizards pretty bad.
But a chicken's don't mess with them that much.
Well, they're not out there where they're at. The lizards up here in my flowers. But you let a lizard get out there. It's bad. They're horrible. And I don't know. You can see how they could be a predator if they had opportunity to be it.
Anything smaller than them.
But well, there have to be small snakes. I don't think they would tackle a big one. Not really. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, just in case. I'll tell you later. Happy Quack, happy Mother's Day to you too. How can it be? I think vegetarian, you can't have animal products, so it wouldn't. I don't understand how it would be an egg would be vegetarian. I know it's definitely not vegan. Does vegetarian include eggs? I don't. I know there's different levels of vegetarianism. I don't know which ones are which. Well, I don't. We've had a few 6 foot plus chicken snakes or rat snakes or whatever they were stealing eggs.
Chicken snake.
Yeah, 6. So we had some that were about 6 foot or more.
Yeah, they're pretty good size.
Country homestead preacher said he killed a 5-foot chicken snake last year.
They get, well, 6 foot. I seen many of them 6 foot.
Yeah.
We have black snakes, might be bigger than that.
My uncle used to catch them and put them in his shop. He had well, he still does, this old metal shop that he said that was his anti-theft system. He had snakes in there. And they were just chicken snakes or black snakes, I'm not sure, non-venomous, but I wouldn't go in a shop that had a bunch of snakes in there.
Well, I probably told y'all the story more than once, but I got bit by a cottonmouth when I was young. And I'm not scared of snakes, but I feel a whole lot better when I see them, know where they're at.
No. Gordon said he used to snare rabbits 40 years ago in his room. God rest her soul. He put them in a roasting pan with loads of vegetables and chicken stock juice. Best food he ever ate. When he was 10 years old, he used to job of skinning them. Not enough wild mice out there. Barely ever see one. Well, we don't see many in the chicken pen.
Football. Jeremy, you probably will. Because snakes are attracted to hen houses. Hey, Evangelist. How y'all doing?
Duck, rugby, and chicken football. I've never seen a duck eat a mouse.
We've seen chickens eat them, though. About the same thing. Bad as bees at a pig, we go eat a bar, bait, poison the mouse. I believe that.
Ducks eat mice too?
Well, deer eat them. Deer eat chicks. Yeah, I don't know the vegetarian vegan thing either, after what. And Geeky, we hit water if we take a post over down here in spots.
Well, egg don't really have a face.
Well, you're being lucky, Jeremy. Just be glad you're being lucky. If they can show up.
Jeremy, you'll walk outside tomorrow. Watch for a snake. Just because you said that, they'll show up.
Good night, Baddest Bees.
Well, I'm not going to be vegan or vegetarian. No time. Baddest Bees, have a great Mother's Day and have a good night.
I don't know what the range is on chicken snakes, Push. I don't know where they live. I not even know what the real name of them is because they're not chicken snake. Geeky, you might know, the green with stripes down the back. What are they? What's the real name of a chicken snake? Well, preacher, I stepped on one when I was about 16 years old, 17. I don't remember now. I wasn't mighty old, just old enough to drive on him. And I stepped on him on the pond bank one night, shooting frogs. And that thing eat me up. He bit me 7 times so I could get off of him. And we did the stupidest thing we could have done. We put a tourniquet on my leg because we didn't know nothing else to do. We'd seen one too many old John Wayne movies. And we put a tourniquet on my leg and did permanent damage. The snake bite really wasn't that big of a deal. But because we put that tourniquet on, I messed myself up forever. Busted all the blood vessels in my leg. It was a big deal. No tongue from the wild back. The best way to store meat is to keep it alive until you need it. Well, If you've got small meat, that's not a bad idea, big bird. But with cows and hogs, you can't eat. You gotta have somewhere to keep it. You eat it all. Somebody might be garter snakes. Do they get 6 foot long when they
I
get
thought
full
garter
grown?
snakes were small.
Yeah, I thought garter snakes were small too.
Come here. You got
Wow.
to sit still.
Happy Quack, I'd watch it. Oh, okay, Stephanie. I'll lose track.
That would be funny. I have to admit. I'm sorry for the mouse, but it would be
Get
funny.
it started, and I'd speak to you when you come in. I ain't far enough away from the thing to be able to see.
Happy Quack, you'd have to have multiple mice.
Oh
blasted
yeah,
with
Stephanie, our
it.
chickens do a whole lot better when they're getting plenty of bugs. Now, why would they hold
I
that?
don't know.
Ours are green, a dark, like olive drab green. Some of them are lighter green with stripes down the back, yellow stripes. One's a white or black stripe.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Was she saying that they
yeah, I
were?
read that, but that's why I'm saying our chickens do a whole lot better when there's plenty of bugs to eat.
Oh yeah, they love a cricket. Oh my God, that is like
Well, I don't know. I wish I used to have
filet mignon.
a field guide of reptiles. I wish I still had that thing. I'd look it up because I don't remember what a chicken snake is, but they're not a chicken snake. That's not what they're called. It's like a chicken hawk, and a chicken hawk's a red tail hawk. I don't remember what called, but they get 6 foot
I'm
long.
not sure where I left this on, but I'll
Pretty
see
regular.
if I can Google it.
Grant City done Googled it.
What is it?
Yellow rat snake.
Yeah, I think I've heard them called rat snakes before.
So a chicken snake's really a rat snake. But ours come in a couple of different colors, but they all got the stripes. So long as your striper is a different color. Kind of depends on which side of the river you're on, really. You know, Geeky, I knew the deer were small down there. And I knew the bear was small down there, but I knew that applied to everything. I appreciate that too, Britt, too. Preacher, believe it or not, and don't ask me to explain this, the rattlesnakes here stop at the county line. And the county we live in, we don't have any. You go to the county next door, they have them. And I've never heard tell of one across the county line. And the line is just a line drawn on the map. It's not a river or anything to stop them.
I've only heard one in one day.
Well, see, that's what we didn't do, basically. We put my belt around my leg, stuck a flashlight in, twisted it twice, and hauled up the hospital. And it was a dry bite. Only one of the 7 bites had any venom at all injected into it, and it was a minute amount. So I would have been perfectly fine had we not done the turn. But I had never heard of a dry bite. I had no idea that was even a thing, because I never seen it in the movie, But I didn't know anybody that ever actually been snake bit. Started our homes down worse than a copper moccasin rattlesnake. But around here, most times you get bit around here, it's a copperhead. We call them white oaks and red oaks. Again, depending on which side river. Stephanie said they got enough better fly swatter to lead us keep. We saw one the other week we went fishing. We try to go fishing at, is it River Bottom Farmstead?
I think it was.
Well, preacher, most time people get bit around here are bit by a small copperhead, 6 inches long, and in tall grass, doing something like people have a bad habit here of putting a nail right at the ground and hanging the gate key on it, and a few other things. And if you're in the woods in the summertime, a lot of times you step over a stick or a log, and they'll bite you. They'll be hiding on the other side of it, or you almost step on them or whatever, didn't see them. They hide real good in the woods. But most time you see them either in really tall, growed up grass, the woods. They're not usually like on your mowed lawn much. Darlene found one here one day, was curled up under the grass.
Under a mat.
Under a mat of centipede grass. We got some centipede grass.
No, there was one of Jake's play mats like you have in kindergarten. It was under that, under the grass, curled up. It was curled up about yay big. And I'm going,
he was a baby. That's what I always get right here, babies.
It didn't look like the rest of the grass. So I went and got Chris. And
I don't know where the grown ones are that lay all these eggs, because I ain't never seen 5 grown ones
We
in my
found
life.
a bunch of eggs underneath the stump. He dug up a stump one time, and there was, I don't know, probably about 10, 12, I don't know.
Reptile eggs. I don't know what kind of reptile they were from.
We don't think it was a lizard.
Geeky, we got coral snakes here too, but they're mighty rare.
Yeah.
I don't know if a coral snake and a king snake can be a little tough to tell apart.
We've got corn snakes too, but I've never seen any of those either. They're kind of a yellowish look.
That might be true, Anthony. I don't know.
Which one is it?
That's a chicken snake right there. Rat snake. And apparently they come in about 5 different colors in North Carolina.
A bunch. There's a bunch of different rat snakes up there. They're all called rat snakes.
So apparently every snake we've ever seen in our lives has been a rat snake.
No, it's not. They gotta be non-venomous.
No, they're all pictures of rat snakes, color variations of rat snakes.
I know, but they said that the rat snakes.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Are all non-venomous though.
Well,
Yeah.
Stephanie, we have a lot of black snakes and a lot of just unidentified snakes, which according to that picture I just let that, most of them were probably rat snakes.
Yeah, there's like 25 different kinds.
There's about 25 different colors of them.
What's the difference in a black racer and a black snake?
The black racer is a black snake. I do remember that.
So,
They're the ones that are runny.
but they're the ones that kill the other snakes, right?
I don't think so.
Well, then there's a difference then.
Well, I ain't never heard tell of black snakes killing other snakes, but they might. I thought
Black snakes are the ones that they say can eat the poisonous snakes.
that's king snakes.
They're black.
The king snakes ain't black. They're red and black and white. And then a coral snake is red, black, and yellow, I think.
King snakes, right?
Pretty sure they have hognose snakes.
Yeah, we have hognose snakes. I've seen them.
But see, she's looking for snakes. Most time I ain't looking. If you ain't looking, most time you don't find them. I did have a chicken snake run the belts off of. Geeky said racers eat other snakes. I didn't know that, Geeky. I thought it was just king snakes that ate other snakes. But I'm not a reptile expert.
Yeah, it's got king snakes are black too.
Ours ain't. Ours is black and white, or black and red and white. But they always got stripes on them. They go around them like this.
I don't care. I don't like snakes.
You ain't never had any good, right?
I don't want them cooked. I don't want them at all. Anthony said coral snakes. Red touches yellow, you're a dead fellow.
Yeah, I've heard that rhyme my whole life too, but I don't know if I've ever seen a coral snake that was actually a coral snake. They say we got them. Then I've seen snakes people told me were coral snakes.
All I know is the enemy had help from the reptile to bring down the human race, so I stay clear of all of them.
Who said that?
Preacher. Black racers are long and skinny. King rats are fat and shorter and kill copperheads. Stephanie said that.
Well, we all might never have a copperhead around here.
And Brett said that they will chase you.
Yeah, they will. One
he's
chase
got
Steve one time.
black racers. He said that chased his brother, which I could not mentally handle being chased by a snake.
Well, you can't mentally handle walking away from him even getting bit.
Mm-mm.
You got somebody scared or something, run away from him, wouldn't you?
I don't have that. I have that. The fight or flight. I freeze. I don't have the fight or flight. I just go and freeze, complete frozen. Yeah. He said that they've chased his brother. They've seen him actually do it.
What's so bad about it? He ran down the fence and then got across the fence, ran right back by the snake. By the fence was going to stop the snake. Snake just crawled through the fence, kept chasing. It's not ever seen the guy, but he's terrified of him. He's worse than you. Ain't nothing I watched somebody 7 foot tall, 4 foot wide at the shoulders and 400 pounds running from a little old snake.
Geeky said that his racers don't chase him because when they come out, he talks to them. They don't run. I probably wouldn't run either because I freeze. I completely lose it and freeze up when I see a snake.
How many anacondas y'all got down there, Geeky?
I know I've got one stubborn wasp, but he's making a nest right there in my doorway, and I have knocked down that nest probably 100 times, and I can't never catch the wasp to kill it. And it's a little bitty nest, and I'll catch it right then when it's little bitty, and next day it'll be right back there. And one day I'm going to kill the wasp so they quit making a nest in my door. But yeah, we have a lot of wasp nests.
Not a lot of dirt dogs too.
Yeah, and a lot of dirt robbers.
A lot of premium snake birds.
Brett said that if you turn and run, a racer will chase you.
Yeah, if you run towards it and run away, then you walk away, it'll chase you. I see them do that too. But most people know they're a black snake and ain't scared of them,
Preacher says he talks to them too in tongues.
Well, I have talked to him, but not anything I can repeat it either.
I can't be going that catching snakes. Brett says he has a friend that knows to catch all snakes.
Y'all remember Turtle Man used to come on TV?
Jeremy has a lot of mahogany wasps in the spring, more than usual.
What is it, mahogany wasp?
What's a mahogany wasp? Chris wants to know if y'all remember Turtle Man. Pythons and anacondas and occasional cobra are further south in the Everglades, so Geeky doesn't necessarily have to deal with them. Geeky, if you have an occasional cobra,
that's in the Everglades.
Well, how far up are you? How north in Florida are you? Are you like mid-state, low-state, upstate? I got a friend of mine lives in Panama City, in the Panhandle. Let's see, is that a red wasp? I don't know yet. The only snakes that charm me are the little green tree snakes because those big cartoon eyes. But I never asked them for advice. I'm sorry, but I
had one of them shut down pea picking the other year, didn't you?
Yeah, I had one that was hiding in the peas and I
freezed. Little old green snake.
I don't care.
Couldn't hurt you if you put him in the freezer, make a shank out of him.
Don't care. He was in the peas. He got to keep the peas. I gave him to him. And we had one, a black snake, that Chris thought I was crazy. I told him, I said, there's a snake in the garden, but I think it's dead. And I think it is like stuck in position. And he said, "No, you're crazy. It's got to be a ribbon or a piece of hose or something." Went out there, and it was. It was a dead snake that was actually like his head up in position, and we don't know what in the world he killed him. We
I
don't
still
know how.
don't know. I forgot about that. I don't know what killed that snake.
Yeah,
They was stuck like he was alive.
yeah. And in the garden where we find it, I freaked. But then I realized it wasn't moving. It was dead. Yeah, they like Turtle Man. They remember Turtle Man.
My little boy died.
Yeah, I've heard about that cobras and the shurikens in South Florida, but somebody had to release them. They didn't just get there. They said that there was a zoo that let go a bunch of reptiles.
That's why I'm tigers either.
Well,
But
but they have documentation though.
I bet they didn't know we had tigers either.
He'll tell you that tiger later. And no, we're not tiger kings. No. Preacher said he sprayed a red wasp nest last year and sprayed it out the window of a minivan. He was so nervous he forgot to roll the windows down.
I hit one with a stick last year that worked out for me.
No, it didn't. It didn't. I thought it was your hat.
A stick trying to get y'all. Like I said, it's like trying to get it like being earned 3 stages.
The northeast corner of Central Florida, Daytona Beach area.
Yeah, I knew some Daytona Beach, but I didn't know what Daytona Beach was at.
Yeah, I knew that Panama City was in the Panhandle, but I wasn't sure where you were at. I've been to Daytona Beach when I was about 16. We went through Daytona Beach on the way down to Orlando. We spent the night there with my parents. No, it wasn't like a spring break or anything else. I was with my mom and dad. Jeremy got out of the bees after getting lit up on his tractor a couple of years ago. He got stung 15 plus times before he got off the tractor.
Bees or horn?
This is bees.
The
red wasp was as bad as all the honeybee stings.
I got a hornet's nest one time back here when we worked there. It didn't hurt.
One of the big
one of the ones in the ground.
Looking like it was.
One of the ones in the ground.
Oh.
I thought I was gonna die and eat me alive. I was in a head high weeds and hit the nest with a bush axe. And they swarmed me and I didn't know they were on me. I couldn't see them.
Stephanie, he used to have snakes that would get in the openings of the barns and stuff. He said they'd fall on you all the time. You open the door and they'd fall on you. And she said she had a dead one fall on her that it must have got caught in the door last time it was closed, and she started to kill it twice. Freaked out so bad.
Well, I still don't know what killed them in that garden. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah.
It's like I got hit with a freeze ray or something.
Yeah, it really did. It was stuck with his head up like this. Oh, our problem, I knock on wood. I haven't seen one above the doors like he used to say around here. That all the barns.
There's been one on in the barn out there that you fell. I ain't had it far across my bed because the way that doorstep, you open that door and step in it. So like the old back house, you open the door and step in all in one motion. Mm-hmm. They lay across that door. But sometimes, but I ain't never had one fall on there. But you open the door and he'll go walk, hit the floor and look at you, you look at him, he'll run off or slide off.
We have, well, I'm always kind of careful about going in the barn to begin with because I know that we had some chicken snakes in there.
Throw the belts on the lawnmower.
That's what I was going to say. We have them that get in the lawnmower. They get on the deck of the lawnmower, and then when you start the lawnmower, gets all wrapped up in the belts and messes up the lawnmower. And then Chris has to take the lawnmower apart and get all the dead snake out and fix the belts.
They halfway across the yard and cut that. They just won't leave.
Yeah, they ride. They'll turn the actual mower part on.
And sometimes we crawl off without getting in the belt. You'll look, the snake takes off out under the lawnmower off the deck.
Yeah, and he said that there used to be one that hung out on the tractor too.
You back the tractor under the shelter, it could be in the wheel, in the rim, and look at you. And you know
Yeah.
they're nothing but chicken snakes.
I saw some pictures of one that had got up under a horse's saddle one time, and that freaked me out because I didn't think horses like snakes. Anyway, just if you leave your shoes outside, check them good. They can get just about anywhere they want. I'm always checking out my water when I buy things of water because they say they like to get in those too. There's okay. We're talking about yellow jackets and hornets. Well, I'm gonna be honest. My grandma lived in an old farmhouse, and after my I don't remember if it was my uncle or my granddaddy died, but either way, she was grieving herself to death.
Golden our yellow, what we call a yellow jacket, are in the ground. They build a nest in the ground. Hornets here build a nest in trees, like the ones you see on the cartoons, the big paper nest. Wasps build a little octagonal nest and stick them up under the roof and everything. And dirt daubers build little tunnels. Colonies might be that wide and that thick, and they love to build them on anything with a hole in it, like a piece of machinery. They'll build it, and every little hole on it where you got to clean them out. And
our yellow jackets are not that bad.
I don't think dirt daubers can sting, Bridget.
I've never heard of them biting anybody.
Me and my little boy were discussing that the other day. I don't know.
I've messed with them my whole life too. Never heard them bite anybody.
Now, what y'all call red wasps? They're just red roll paper wasps. And you're right, Jeremy. They'll build they'll build really about anywhere, but they love down here. They love to get under something.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Do this thing. They probably can. I didn't know till the other day did a carpenter biggest thing. Mm-hmm.
We got food wise carpenter.
Jessica, we got 2 rules for the life. We like everybody to get to know everybody, introduce yourself, and we try to steer clear of politics.
Well, about my grandma, country preacher said that he wanted to. Her house was old. Keep that in mind. Well, they thought that she had grieved herself to death and she was hallucinating. She started calling everybody and telling them that there was a snake in her house, and it was in her chair. She had this recliner that she sat in. And my aunt went over there going, yeah. She just had dreams. She wasn't awake, something. Because she wasn't dealing too well with reality after my uncle died. And her sugar was all screwed up too. They went over there and there was a 6-foot snake in her recliner. And needless to say, that's still my grandma stayed in that house. She moved in with my aunt.
Yeah, my mama left home one time over a one of them lizards that got in the house. She left. We stayed somewhere else, did it, get the splitters out the house.
veggies and meat on 5 acres. Well, it's nice to meet you, Jessica. We're glad to think you're alive.
Stephanie, I don't know whether it was a male or a female, but me and Jake right there shooting with 22 rifle. And he was picking them up. He was being my bird dog. I was shooting the carpenter bees and he was going to pick them up.
Yeah.
And
really?
And he was playing with them with a pair of, he was picking them up with a pair of pliers because he didn't know if they'd sting you now. I thought, man, I think they would.
That's what he got stung with?
No, he got stung with a wasp, probably. And he was picking them up and one of them was pushing the stinger in and out like a wasp.
Oh, yeah. These?
They said they won't sting you, huh? He likes to be right. And I ain't know they had a stinger, but it might have been a female, you know.
I know honeybees, for them to sting you is suicide because their stinger pulls their whole bottom out. So they try.
And I might just told on myself in my hobby is shooting flying carpenter bees with me. That's the only thing I do for fun.
Females can sting. Well, what about the carpenter bees anyway? Who knows?
Wow, well, they messed me up pretty bad. I got stung a couple hundred times. And I thought I was a guy. And I was strict not going to the doctor. I went to drinking Benadryl. Beer drinking. And if I went to sleep, I was hurting so bad, anything would have been better. I don't know, it's probably been about 8 or 10 years ago, preacher. But I was just, the whole body was swole up. I was going into shock. I believe that, Jessica, because I didn't know carpenter bees could sting. But I don't think anybody around here has ever got stung by one of them I know of. Most old people tell you they can't sting.
Yeah, that's right. But I've never really got up on one and put them in a position where they felt like they needed to defend themselves either.
The preacher, I went to bed for about 2 days, slept for about 2 days, so I probably overdosed on Benadryl. And I got over it.
Well,
Happy Quack, I tell you, it ain't a bad idea. Because I hooked out there one day. And I had a sow out there having a fit. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with that sow. She thought she was possessed. And there was a wasp nest near our hog shelter was low to the ground. There was a big paper wasp nest about that big around, and they were eating that hog alive.
tarantula hawk. You ever seen one?
I'm not sure what that is.
Giant walls.
I don't think we have those. That one acted like she didn't feel good, Jessica. That's the only time I've ever seen pigs get stung like that. I've had horses get stung before and swell up. But pigs have that layer of fat, you know. A lot of times old pigs will get bit by copperhead. We got white oaks. We get bit by white oak. And you won't even know it, they eat them.
So what?
Pigs eat snakes.
Oh,
Like if you put pigs in a brush pile, growed up thicket, they'll eat the snakes they find. They eat turtles.
Did I tell you guys about the spiders in Chris's truck?
That's it. Like most of y'all are about snakes. This ain't about spiders. Ain't stuff with spiders.
Well, he was talking about that the van had a spare van for the little mess. He had drove the truck to go get feed. I don't know, probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I went out there to get something out of the truck after dark, so 8-ish. And in those 4 hours, an egg sac had hatched, and there was thousands of little bitty spiders that had completely nested up the whole cab of the truck, which is a single cab, regular cab, what do you call
It's a railroad
it?
truck.
Regular cab. And one of the windows was down. It looked like the window had been completely meshed over where the window, the glass should have been. And it was everywhere. And Chris is like, okay, I get rid of your snakes, now you gotta get rid of my spiders. So I went to the store and got some.
Another attempt to kill him. Sprayed bug killer all over the windshield.
Oh,
Next day I come around the curve, there's sun, can't see nothing.
now you knew the night before I had sprayed the whole inside of that truck. So that was not me. That was, you knew that I had to spray the whole inside of the truck to get rid of the spiders. Spiders are gonna want them. I even got rid of the spider web.
Y'all, when we don't make no more videos, you figure out I'm dead. Y'all be sure to call the North Carolina law enforcement officials and tell them probably one accident.
If y'all knew that someone had to spray the whole inside of the cab of your truck.
Yeah. Make sure they put double coat on the windshield. Jeremy, best I can tell, there's at least some truth to that. At least when it comes to poisonous snakes. Because I have seen pigs get bit, watched them get bit, watched them trying to kill the snake and get bit on the face and on the legs. And I've never seen one of them have a reaction. And I don't know how that applies to like eating rat poison. But I do know as far as venomous snakes goes, they appear to be immune. And I've always heard it's because the venom stayed in the fat layer. If a little bitty pig didn't have the fat layer got big, it would kill it. Well, but it's only grown pigs that tend to go after the snakes.
You can sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I've never seen a tarantula lost.
Sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I believe that, Gord, because that's what I was worried about having, was an allergic reaction. Yeah, we got cow killers too, preacher. But I've never met anybody that's got bit by a cow killer.
Cow killer, didn't we find that?
Yeah, they're a wasp.
It's a wasp with no wings.
Not an ant. Yeah, it's a wasp, not an ant.
And it doesn't actually kill anything, but
I think that's
stings like
it. All sounds pretty logical, Travis. I think that's probably right. Wow. Happy Black's got something called a meat bee. It just gets worse and worse with him out there, don't it? But I have caught them, preacher, and they got a stinger on them. I promise you they got one. The biggest one you ever seen. Looks like a finishing nail. I know everybody always cautioned me as a child not trying to step on one barefoot and kill him. They talk like it. Everybody says it hurts worse than anything you ever seen. You might have been gold. I'm pretty lucky it didn't kill me. Especially being too hard-headed to go to the doctor. Going to the doctor wouldn't have been smart. But I was by myself back then. Wow. Well, Stephanie, we got something here called saddleback. This is a caterpillar that they sting. They like to be in cornfields. They like to get on roast near corn when you pull the corn. And when you pull corn, you pull the ear and you stick it under your arm. I seen one get my daddy one day. They're black and white caterpillar. Pretty good size. And I think it's the spines on them that sting you, not the actual sting. Well, they're the devil. Saddleback is the devil. My daddy was the toughest human being I've ever known in my life, and I watched 2 or 3 sting him, and it just, you tell he was suffering. Red wasp is a spider. What we call a dirt dauber is one that feeds on spiders. And they build that little mud tube and fill it full of spiders. What we call a dirt dauber. And Samson said he was going to started barking. See, you heard that baby? Oh, don't worry about that, Jeremy. I don't know how we got on arachnids and insects. You know, we got fire ants here. I get bit more by fire ants than I do anything else in the world, 20 to 1. I don't hardly ever get bit by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't bother me that bad. They'll be darn alive. They don't really worry me.
Fire ants.
But
Make me swell up.
I get bit by fire ants daily. Wow. Well, preacher, you spray them with bifin. Bifin will get rid of it. And the landscape people here spray your whole yard with it. And they say it's pretty safe. Jeremy, we ain't had a tick yet. I usually get a few ticks off of them. Jessica, it ain't nothing to get rid of fire ant size, some kind of chemical. I know these people put in these videos showing taking a shovel full of dirt out of this mound and putting it into this one and spraying them with soap. Everything anybody's ever come up with. I know what you're talking about, diatomaceous earth. It might help. Preacher just said it helps a little bit his place, but it won't eradicate them. The only thing we found is something pretty potent insecticide wise. Well, I'll tell you something else that'll help with them. What's Stephanie saying? But now that'd probably get them, Jeremy, because gas and fire will get them to an extent, but you got to get clean. Most of the hives underground, you just can't get Yeah, that's right. They won't run around here when I was a little boy. They'd come here since my lifetime. Good night, Brent City. But they ain't native. Neither of these stink bugs are fighting now. They're Asian stink bugs. The fire ants, I believe you're right. I believe they come in from down your way. So you probably had them a whole lot longer than we have. Well, that's what I was going to tell you, Geeky. Yeah, South America, preacher. That's right. I heard it coming in here from Brazil and said some kind of shit in the plants. But if you, like any garden, if you plow and chop enough, if you keep the ground disturbed constantly, they won't hang around. You know, Travis, I've heard something similar. I've heard if you were diabetic, they like you better. Well, believe it or not, preacher, we planted kudzu around here. My daddy will tell you all about them planting kudzu to feed cows. I believe that happens, Whack. Boric acid will do a little something for them, too. But it won't. I mean, it's only like if you get them in a building, like in the corner of a building, they're coming through the wall. You talking about like ant bait jelly, preacher? Anyway, if you keep a place tilled up enough, if you'll keep it plowed or chopped, keep it disturbed enough, like you go out to a fire ant mound every day with a weed node, chop it up, dig in it, they'll move. They won't get rid of them, but they'll move. Oh, kudzu jelly. I didn't know that. We never eat none of it. I tell you what it will do. It'll fatten a goat right up. You got a bunch of kudzu, you need some goat. It'll grow a goat out for you. It's good feed. The preacher said kudzu tastes like lime apple to it. And it must taste good because the goat won't do nothing else but eat if there's any around. That's about right, Gigi. Move them to the neighbors. Dang, we didn't ever feed that dog. Well, I bet it's good. Stephanie, I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I do know they like some people. Some people taste better than others. I've heard it's because they usually bite women worse than they do men.
Sorry, I ran out of dog food today. I had to run to the grocery store right before we went live.
I've heard several reasons why. I don't know, preacher. That was something the old people used to do. Here was eat clay. They claimed it was back when you didn't have vitamins to take. They claimed there was stuff in the clay to help you, make you feel better.
Some pregnant women, they'll crave it when they're pregnant. And we had one back when I used to work at the doctor's office who her clay had lead in it. She was eating clay and somehow or another had gotten contaminated with lead.
That's usually what makes white clay white.
Well, I don't know if she was eating white clay or red clay, but her baby ended up with lead poisoning, had seizures. A 2-day-old baby having lead.
Well, I just can't believe it in this modern age that many people still using dirt as a vitamin supplement.
Well,
but you all from Dudley.
She was a Hispanic lady who came from Mexico and didn't have any prenatal care. Trying to catch up with the comments here. Are we talking about mosquitoes? I know this is not very organic, but honestly, if you take bounce sheets, put them in your pocket, they won't go anywhere near you. Fresh bounce sheet, stick it in your pocket, and I don't know why, but it has to be bounce sheet, but it works for mosquitoes.
What?
I told him it wasn't very organic, but bounce sheets. You stick a bounce sheet in your pocket, it keeps mosquitoes away from you.
Well, yellow flies what always get me.
Oh my God, yes. And I'll swell great big. They bite me. I don't react well to yellow flies and fire ants.
Most time I can tell a fire ant bit me after it happens, but yellow flies hurt when they bite you.
I got scars all up and down my arms and sides of my hands. They don't really get the back of my hands very often, but all my feet, my ankles from fire ants. They leave scars. They're really nasty. little dots like that. See those? That was a fire ant bite. That was a fire ant bite. Just little black, brown dots all over me. Looks like a polka dotted. It's from fire ants. And sorry about all the crunching you hear. We had run out of dog food this afternoon, and I had to run to the grocery store.
Yeah, the poor dogs are starving. It's been at least 3 hours since they ate.
Oh my God! Not mention they eat when we eat too. They expect their fair share when we're eating, so they are not.
That black dog right there expects my fair share when he's eating. I already turned my back.
Well, Samson will steal it. If you leave anything that's not nailed down, he'll take it.
He grew up hard on the wrong side of the tracks.
Well, he don't mess up anything else. So I mean, you already know you gotta protect your food. Food's fair game, I guess. They don't mess with anything else.
What tickles me is he'll steal eggs at the hen house, but he won't eat eggs to give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the thrill of getting in the hen house and getting an egg without getting caught, but he'll steal one egg at a time from the hen house. But if you go out there and hand him an egg, he won't take it. He knows he's not supposed to have it, so he won't take it.
But he'll get one every once in a while.
Yeah. If you leave the chickens out, we'll let them out every once in a while, especially if we're gonna be outside with them. And he'll sneak in there and grab him an egg before you realize it. I guess it's just a game to him or something. I don't know.
What about when he came home with the pizza?
Yeah, he likes pizza too.
He used to. He ain't gonna eat it.
Yeah. For some reason, all of a sudden, he won't eat anything with ketchup or tomato base or barbecue sauce. Anything that's got tomato base to it. Pizza, nothing. He won't eat it. And used to, he'd tear up some pizza or anything that Jake left laying around. Didn't matter if it had ketchup or not. And now he won't. I don't know if his system's changed. He's become allergic
Well,
to
he'll
it.
go around his mouth like this if he's in there with me.
Yeah. He scratches his mouth and his nose, which he's got some allergies anyway. He's allergic to fleas. He actually, I know everybody's like, well, flea bites itch, but his hair falls out in clumps, and he sheds bad enough without the flea
He gets
bites.
fleas. He's in a bind. You get him on your pills.
Yeah, have to take him to the vet. Okay, once again, I fell behind. All right, they're still talking about yellow flies and deer flies.
Deer fly, yellow fly, same thing, I think.
Deer fly and yellow fly are the same?
I think it's like a copperhead and white. It was just two different names for the same thing.
We have a horsefly and a yellow fly, which the horsefly is about this big. The yellow fly is about this
Well,
big.
some people here call
the yellow fly actually draws blood. And when they bite me, there's a little dot of blood up there.
and I ain't say show a horse fly and a bot fly.
Is that what a bot fly is?
I think they might be.
Well, horse
Yeah,
flies
there's
are
a
about.
horse fly in there bitten their body.
No,
Big one.
they'll bite.
I ain't never seen a horse fly bite their body. I've seen it bite animals.
No, I've seen. They make a real big welt, but it don't. It ain't like it swells up like a yellow fly does. At least not on me. I've seen them bite somebody. I've seen them bite me.
Well, some people right down the road here call yellow fly dog fly.
Dog fly,
Yeah,
dog fly, deer fly, yellow fly,
I think that was the same.
biting fly. I hear
And
it.
there's a black fly. There's something like a yellow fly, but different.
Yeah, we got some of those. And there's a green fly that
That's
only
a blowfly. That's one that makes maggots.
so regular old house flies don't make
Don't make
maggots.
the maggots on a dead animal. That's blowflies. That's the green.
Oh, well, I've seen some blowflies here, not a whole bunch of them, but a few.
Now, house flies make maggots like in garbage, but blowflies are the ones that make the maggots on the dead cars.
The one that's the thick, big
Yeah.
maggots. We're getting a fly education tonight. Yeah, yellow flies are nasty.
They're
They're
the
mean
ones that
little.
bite you back dust off when you chop the garden.
Yeah.
Everybody used to think I was crazy chopping the garden at noon when it's 100 degrees. But there's two reasons you do that.
Mhm.
One, everything you chop up will die. The sun will cook the roots on it when you chop it up. Two, the other flies ain't eating you alive.
Jessica said that she rode a horse and the horse flies would bite and welt up. That's what I was saying. They'll whelp up about like that, a big welt, but they don't.
I ain't
Make
never
you
seen
swell,
one bite
so-
nobody. I believe they do it, but I ain't never seen one bite nobody. Not perfect.
Happy Quack says as dogs age, tomato acids burn their mouth. That would make sense why he's quit eating tomatoes.
Yeah, but he's getting old. So
Yeah, he's getting. I have no idea how old he is.
he's about a year old. Oh my God. He's a bite grown puppy. He won't quite through growth,
Had to have been two.
About a year, bro.
I was thinking the pup had been gone long in that, but yeah, probably about a year.
He's the last litter pup. Pup is the pup that we need everybody being though.
Mm-hmm. Good night, preacher. Have a happy weekend, and tell Jennifer Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Actually,
She said well, we know that bot flies lay larvae in your skin, but they can also bite you.
I think a horsefly is a botfly. I swear I believe that. I don't know that for a fact.
We do have bot flies here because we found.
We got plenty of wolves and rabbits and squirrels, and it's called a wolf worm, but it's anything besides a cow. But if it's in a cow or a horse, you call it a wolf. That's the same thing.
We had a puppy. Well, actually, this is my story with my mom. My mom had a puppy that had a wolf worm, a bot fly in it. I operated on it. I went and got some tweezers and pulled it out and got the puppy. It was creepy, and I've never forgotten. I don't know. I was a teenager.
You know what we do with them traditionally? How we get them out? You won't think this is crazy. But you take a small shark hook and straighten it out.
Shark hook.
Yeah, one of them stainless steel shark hooks. Shark fish with. Or big catfish hook, limb hook, whatever you want to call it. And you straighten it out like a spear. And you push the little joker up to the top and you stab him. And that barb will hold him and you pull him out.
Well, I did kind of like that with the tweezers. I just stitched him with a little pair of tweezers, pulled him out. Yeah. If you can see it, you probably can grab it. But she said put Vaseline on it and it'll crawl out and get air because it has to have air. And then
That's
pull it
right.
out.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come up to the top and you see it. If you're squeezing, if you'll grab that knot and squeeze it, it'll come up to that hole. He's got a hole there to get air out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he comes up, you see him fill that hole up and stick that spear in there. And he's pretty tough. He's got pretty solid hide on him. It's got to be a good sharp hook, and you stick it in him, and the barb will catch that tough hide, and you drag him right out.
Good night, Beaver Creek.
Then you take your pocket knife and nick that hole
Have a
and
good
squeeze him out
weekend.
like a bump. And they
Yeah,
say
they're pretty good. Well, I mean, I've only seen one,
they use your pinky finger.
but yeah, it was pretty good size, and it was a little puppy. But I made that my project that summer. I took care of that puppy.
Well, you
Had
get
a
them at
hole in it.
rabbits a lot. They love rabbits. Wild rabbits. I ain't never seen one thing, man.
Okay, well, I'll let Chris do that. She said check his teeth, check his gums. He may be having, she said tomatoes are bothering him. He may have problems with his teeth or gums.
Well, he probably does. We ain't never give him one of them dental sticks, Of course, the bed always looks absolutely look all right,
Well, I mean, he is kind of getting old, and it's been a while since he's been to the vet.
But that may be, I mean, I can believe that. It wouldn't be too big of a stretch.
She said if you look at the gums, you can diagnose all kinds of problems like blood pressure and other issues.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. The first thing she does is look in his mouth. That's a wonder he ain't got me up for we took 4 or 5 brothers around it.
Jessica wants to know if you're going to do a teeth cutting video on the piglets. We don't have any little piglets right now.
We'll have some in a month.
Well, yeah.
Jessica, I probably had to try to talk you through that because we've had a bunch of people tell us not to do that video, not to do a cutting pigs video, cutting tails video, or teeth cutting video. Yeah, we get some bad backlash about it. And I did a video talking about it one time and got death threats on that. So if I did a video actually showed it, I bet it'd be hard.
Well, yeah, everybody is. You don't use anesthesia, so it's bad, but they're they don't use anesthesia on brand new puppies at the vet until they're after 3 days old. So.
Well, what's that about it? Making their teeth out don't hurt.
Yeah, well.
They don't act like it bothers them a bit.
Tractor question. Jeremy has a tractor question. I heard that some of the Ford tractors, 8M maybe, just will not run a bush hog well. Thoughts?
They won't. I tell you why. They got a dead lift on them, which means they don't have any position control. All they got is drag. And you can get it set right, but it's aggravating to do. And then you got to put something called an overrunning clutch on them to be able to even run a bush hog. And Jeremy, one day I'll do a video on my 31st again. We did one years ago, but it wasn't a good video. A year ago, we didn't know what we were doing. And I'm going to do another video, and a 30 and an 8M are really the same tractor in a way. The 8M is just a copy of the 30. And I'll talk about it. Everything that applies to that 30 except the engine will apply to that 8M. I'll explain it a little better. It can be done, but they're not very well suited for it. Unless it's a trailer type bush hog. If it's a trailer type bush hog, it'll work fine.
Do you want Jessica to email you?
I think she already has.
Oh, well, she said, oh, okay. So I didn't know if you maybe wanted to email you.
Well, I think I'll ask her our phone. Ask her if I gave her our phone number.
Jessica, did he give you the phone number? Stephanie said Red Tool did a cut video, and that's still up as far as I know. Don't know about the threat mail though.
Well, one of our buddy channels did one on banding lambs. It's got a bunch of views, but it's got a bunch of hate on it.
Negatives.
Well, it's got a bunch of dislikes, and you know, you got a bunch of people thanking them for doing the videos and they know how to do it. You got a bunch of people. Well, long story short, it's got it's got 130,000 views. It's got like 20,000 dislikes and 22 comments because every comment is that there was one threatening to kill them and to meet the rest of it. You know.
Jeremy said, thanks. I gotta find a used tractor for mowing and such. Sold my tractor a while back to get out of payment. Need an older model.
That's right. That's exactly what you need, Jeremy. Something you can buy and pay for.
We'll look for that video.
What you need is a 35 first or 30. 135 or 35 gas burn. You don't want anything with a tricycle front end or a fast hitch. You want something with a 3-point hitch, 3,000 forward, 35 first. Some of the little 820 John Deere will need you a tractor. Something you get for about $2,500 and it's cheap to keep up. Definitely watch that video I did at 135. That's a good tractor.
He said watch the 135 video. That's last week. We did it last week.
That's a good size homestead tractor. It'll go into one road, you can plow with it, you can bush up. It ain't ideal.
Exactly. And pay cash like I did for that stock trailer the other day.
Yep, that's right. You don't want nothing you got to make a payment on the farm with. Because it ain't going to pay for itself. It might pay for itself in food, but it ain't going to pay for the money. Most of the time. Unless you find some little niche market or put a lot of, you make a little money, some small farm operations, but it takes a long time to make it happen. You got to figure out the market, figure out what people want, figure out where to sell it at, figure out what kind of whatever it is they want. It's like collars. I make a little money on collars as long as I plant the right kind. I got to plant the old timey cabbage collars. If you plant Georgia collars, they won't buy them. Those are some pretty collars. How much are they? Oh, that's such and such. Well, they Georgia collars. They don't know themselves. And you say, yeah, they're Georgia collars. Why don't I want them? I want cabbage collars. But Jessica, give me a call or email me or something. We'll explain to you. I believe I can talk you through it. But we had a couple of our viewers just about beg us not to do a teeth cut video. Some people have been with us a long time and said there'd be probably some backlash for us. We haven't done. We're on Eastern time, Jessica, anytime after about 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm usually available from 8 to 11 o'clock anyway. And you can call me anytime you want to during the day. It's just a matter of whether I can talk it. I might not be doing anything, or I might be knee deep working. There's no telling around here. We stopped to eat supper about 8:30. And anytime after that. But I can talk you through it. It's really simple. And it doesn't seem to bother the pig at all. But if you don't do it, it can be. It's not always a problem. And I know there's a lot of people who don't do it at all. But when it's a problem, it's a big problem. And it doesn't show up in time enough you can do anything about it. The sow won't nurse the pigs. The first time she'll nurse them, and after that it hurts, and she won't let them do it again. She'll lay on her stomach and not let them nurse. And by the time you figure out it's going on, you got a real small window there. And by the time you figure out it's going on, it's too late. And she'll let them starve to death. Well, that's the problem true. Well, now you're cutting their baby teeth. They're straight up baby teeth, and they lose them. I don't know, they're 2 months old. They got new ones.
Good night, Happy Quack. Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Good night, Happy Quack, and happy Mother's Day. So, it won't stop them from having the big teeth when they get grown, Because it's just a little, they're called milk teeth is what they're called. They're not the tusk. The tusk will replace them. Yeah, they grow back in 2 months.
It's about like a baby's, your children's teeth. They grow back. And even if you get them to cut out the big tusks, don't they come back?
Yeah, the big tusks grow back unless you pull them. And we've cut a bunch of them out with boars and stuff. You make a pair of things like a hopping shoe. And instead of being, curved blade this way and a thing that they're both curved like this, they make a pair of tools just to cut them out with. And we've cut them out of the well, they should, Jessica. Mm-hmm. They should. Sometimes they're not big enough to see till they get 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. You don't think they've got these great big tusks, but you let them like yawn or do something where their mouths are really big and open.
Yeah, the old sow have teeth about that long.
You'll
but
see them.
They're inside their mouth. You can't see them.
You don't see them without
But now
really
boars
looking.
get bigger. Boars get bigger and come out of your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason you see them better. Well, good night, Gordon. You be careful out there now.
Take care. Stay healthy. Have a good night, Gordon.
And a lot of times what you see on him will be the top when he comes out and turns up. It's not real. The purpose of the top one is to sharpen the bottom one on the top. And you'll see the top one. You won't really see the bottom one. But the bottom one's the one that's dangerous to so sharp. Now on the milk teeth, you cut them out top and bottom, but there's 4 of them. I guess they'd be like the canine teeth. But if you'll run your finger in there, you'll see they're super duper sharp. And sometimes the ones that you can see on the top that you can see are not the dangerous ones. That's the one they use to sharpen the bottom ones on. Jeremy, they're anywhere from $1,500, $1,000 to $1,500 to $4,000, and that's down here. Now I don't know about where you're at up there. There may be a difference, and that could be anywhere from $4,000 for just a tractor to $4,000 with a bunch of equipment to $1,500 just. They vary widely. But a gas burner with no power steering is going to be the cheapest one you can get, and it's more than adequate. It's inexpensive to keep running. That's what I've got, 35 gas burner, and I'm completely satisfied with it.
You can try Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace if you have those up there. If they put them up there.
Whoa, you need to go to bed, Gordon. I'm glad you stuck with us that long.
Yeah, I knew it was late for him because there's like a 5-hour difference.
In fact, we were talking about the day actually, me and old Lawson Lonely Farm, and there's a lot of people who used to farm several hundred acres. We farm 250, 300 acres here with a 35 Ferguson and that's about with enough stuff with it, Jeremy. That's what they would be here. And remember, the diesel with power steering is going to be the most expensive one. The gasoline one without power steering was going to be the least expensive. But what you don't want is the diesel without power steering, because the diesel engine is a lot heavier, and it just makes them terrible to steer. So if you had an option, you're either going to have to get the best one, the diesel with power steering, or you need to get the cheapest one, which is the gas without, because it steers something. But just make sure it's got power steering if it's a diesel gear.
Thanks.
Now, they make an aftermarket gearbox you can put on it. It costs about $600 that will do away with that hard steering. It'll be manual steering, but easy to steer. It's a different style gearbox than what came on through the factory. But a lot of people used to tend actual small farm. Well, depending on where you had a big farm. Because me and Lawson were talking about it. A small, tiny farm. Here's a big farm up there. And they used to tend them with a 35 Ferguson and a 100 farm off. That's the 2 tractors most farmers had. Was a 35 Ferguson do the disting and cultivating with, or breaking ground and disting, and they had a 100 to do the cultivating and running rows. And that was the 2 tractors most people had. A 35 for the heavy work, a 140 or a 100 for everything else. And depending on how old the farmer was, it'd be a 35 and a 100, or a 135 and a 140. And the newer ones were always diesel. The older ones were always gas. And we tend everything here with 2 gas burning Fergusons. We got 30 and a 35. And the 30 is a smart little tractor for some things. But we've got enough that we need 2. Good night, Stephanie. We're really supposed to be we're supposed to get out here 40 minutes ago ourselves. In fact, I think we probably need to do that. Jeremy, if you have any more questions on the tractor, just email me or call me, and if you need to, send me some pictures of that one. I don't know how much I tell from a picture, but I can tell you what kind of shape it's in. And but anyway, Geeky, I think we're gonna try to get off here. I'm gonna let Darlene sign y'all off, and I'm gonna go get around and get around and feel like get better again.
Big TV.
I didn't know there was PTV.
Well, good night, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. And make sure you tell your significant other and your whoever, Happy Mother's Day. Y'all have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week. Good night, Geeky. Good night, everybody.